And my walk is done. It was a little over 1.5 kilometers, so just under a mile. Hardly counts as a warm-up, not a walk. But it's better than nothing. And I've really gotten lazy here the last few months, not being allowed out. Now I'm allowed out, and I just don't go. So my walks are not very often or very long. Anyway, it's all good. Just taking a short walk. Got to get out of the house, stretch my legs. The dirt road is uneven, so I will be looking down, not ignoring you. Please don't think that. But I've been sitting in my chair since like March. So March, it's like 3 months I've been sitting in my chair. We couldn't get out for walks for a while because of the quarantine. Now we can go out and do a little more. They still say we should stay in, you know, except for essential activities. They mean like grocery shopping and stuff. But to me, exercise is an essential activity, and they have not said that I can't. So I will walk until they come out and say I can't. It's kind of odd. I've mentioned before that I am a bit of a introvert. An introvert that's on YouTube. But it's like I said, I am talking to myself on this camera. I don't know who's out there watching it. Maybe no one. Maybe 5 million. It's not going to be 5 million. Be lucky to hit 500. But anyway, a lot of expats here, we kind of joke that we're selectively social hermits. We kind of go out sometimes, and if we don't, there's no worries, because we are pretty comfortable. You know, to leave home, go 8,000 miles, you gotta be kind of comfortable on your own. Now, I do get bored out here, as I've said, obviously, and I go out to the city just because I like getting out and people watching. Now, the anonymity in a crowd, to me, is the best, because you can be completely alone in that crowd. Nobody bothers you. And you're just hanging out, people watching, having a good time. I love it. There's some expats here I'll hang out with. I enjoy that too. But more often than not, I'm out there by myself. Excuse me. That was not... Ooh, that was thunder. The cough was not the virus. It was a lack of rum. Haven't had a drink in 20 minutes. Anyway, yeah, thunder's worrying me. This may be a short walk. So, I'm gonna have to put on my mask here in a minute. No one on this barangay road usually wears one, but I try to because it is the rule. And being the foreigner, I would think maybe they'd enforce the rule on me more than others. I don't think there's anyone here to enforce it, honestly. But we are supposed to wear it, so I will generally do so. Pardon me. This is very hard to do one-handed. I'm gonna have to put you down. That's better. That thunder's bugging me. I'm kind of, I don't know. This may be an abbreviated walk. Anyway, we went to the grocery store, was it yesterday, day before? I don't remember. It's all a blur. But as we're going into the store, the guard tells my wife, just doesn't ask anything, just as we're walking up, he says he has to sit over there and wait. She's like, why? Because he's a senior. She goes, no, he's not. He's 56. So the guard looks at me and he says, No. He looks at her and says, how old is he? Because all he heard was, no, he's not. The second sentence, he's 56, was too much information at one time. Basketball? So he says, I'm a senior. She's like, no, he's not. He's 56. Then he kind of cocks his head and asks her, how old is he? She says, he's 56. He turns to me and he says, how old are you? I said, you know what's coming. I said, I'm 56. Then he turns to her and says something. So she turns to me and says, he wants your ID. Give him my ID. He's looking at the birthday and you can see the gears turning slowly. The rusty gears are turning. He's trying to do the math. Now I can't really give him the answer because I can't help him because Melanie and I had both just given him the answer. The answer, if you paid attention, is 56. So he's looking at it and he's thinking and he's kind of, he's not like scratching his head, but you can tell he wants to be. And eventually he looks up and he goes, you were 56. And I'm thinking, well, like he's telling me something I don't know. So I just, now he can't see the smirk. I'm laughing it off. He can't see the smirk under my mask. But he says, you're 56. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like I was lying to you. And he kind of looks at me funny because he thinks that might be insulting. But he's not sure. So he lets it slide. I was not really upset by this. I was rather amused by the whole thing. There was another foreigner and a couple Filipinos sitting there in the you're too old to come in the store section. They were socially distanced. So then, I got tangled up on a bush. Excuse me. Microphone cord just tangled up on a bush. Have to roll it back up into my pocket. So we go into the store. I'm not really stressing about it. I kind of laughed it off. I look over. Melanie's mad. And I was like, what? He was wrong. What? He shouldn't just assume. He should have asked how old you were, not just told you to sit down. He should have asked. And I was like, he probably saw the gray hair and figures, if he's got gray hair, he's got to be old. Not knowing that I started going gray in high school. And then later she told me that he did. He turned to her and he goes, he's not a senior and he has gray hair? And the guy was he was shocked. He saw gray hair, so I have to be a senior. And then later she posted about it, not happily. And then later, she's still going, that guard was wrong. So she took it personally. I kind of laughed it off. Probably shouldn't have said no shit to him, but who cares? I got to have some fun. And he was unarmed. Car coming. So, number of people out and about today. I'm just trying to stretch my legs. I've been in that chair for months now. And if we pass any people, you may notice most of them are not in masks. I'm just kind of, families are out walking. People are out cooking. It's all good, man. The odd thing I'm noticing, I started into this and got distracted by putting on my mask. Back to I'm a selectively social hermit. I enjoy my time by myself, which I think is one of the reasons Melanie and I get along so well. she enjoys her time by herself or just wandering off over to a cousin's house and doing nothing. She'll go sit with an aunt and they just kind of sit under a tree and do nothing. That would not be fun to me, but if she enjoys it, I don't care. So we give each other a lot of space to just kind of do whatever. So it works very well for both of us. But as a semi-introvert, but I love going to the city, I thought when they unlocked us, I would be running to the city all the time. And I haven't been. We've been, what is the date? I'm blind. Okay. It's been about 2 weeks since the majority of the lockdown. They've released us to the, the modified quarantine. So we can go to town, go to the city. There's no quarantine passes, any of that. And I thought I would be running to the city all the time. And I'm not at all. And that kind of surprises me. That's a lot of lightning. So I find I'm not going to the city near as much as I thought I would. I'm very happy just kind of staying at home and being bored. I like going to the city. I like seeing all the people. I don't need to get out and visit necessarily. I just like to hang out and people watch. And the anonymity of a city is just beautiful for me. It's perfect. But right now, I kind of just gotten comfortable here at the house. There's only one active case of COVID in Iloilo City. So the chances of me running into that one person is very slim because they're in the hospital. But I'm just very comfortable staying home. Like I said, I really thought I would be taking off, going back to the city, like daily. And I'm not. I'm fine. There's the pig farm. I'm turning around. Supposed to go all the way to the pig farm, but the smell's kind of rank, so I'm not getting any closer. But I am very comfortable just staying at the house, doing nothing, messing around on the computer. I got the second monitor hooked up finally. They sent the wrong cable in the ballot buy-in box, so I had to end up ordering one from Manila. And I've got the 2 monitors, and then the little small TV is just the PlayStation with Chromecast. It kind of surprises me. I'm not in any hurry to go back to the city on a daily basis. The idea of the hour-long jeepney ride is just more than I care to think about, and I'm just not in a hurry to go back to the city. I think just being locked up on quarantine has just become comfortable. I did not really expect that. But yeah, I'm just in no hurry to go racing around again. The island of Boracay is reopening this week, next week, I forget when, for tourists, but only for tourists in Western Visayas, in our region. So we could go. A friend of ours already posted a picture of their hotel reservation because they are going. We've talked about it because our anniversary and her birthday is coming up. And we have gone. It's the beginning of the rainy season, so it's kind of a weird, iffy time to go, but it's cheaper. But yeah, when I asked if she wanted to go for our anniversary and her birthday to Boracay, which we have done before, during this questionable weather, it's cheaper, but still fun. And if it's only open to Western Visayas tourists, it's gonna be empty. This would be the emptiest we'd ever see it. It would be awesome. Not sure how many of the restaurants are open, but and she was kind of giving off the same vibes that I'm doing. She's kind of like, well, There's no hurry. She was going to go a week ago to Antique for a birthday party. She was like, oh, this birthday, people coming from all over. Couple, you know, there's like an OFW coming from out of the country and people from Manila. And then at the last minute, I was like, so you going? She goes, no, I don't think so. And that was like, really? I mean, I thought for sure to go see her family there. She hadn't been there in months. She's not in any hurry to go anywhere either. So I'm curious how many other people are having the same kind of feelings of, yeah, it's good to get back out, but there's no hurry. So it's bizarre. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. So I kind of wonder, everyone's kind of staring at me. Maybe I'm just not used to it because I haven't been out, but it seems to be different, especially here in my neighborhood. So either because I am filming, or because I am a foreigner, or I'm wearing a mask, or because I forgot to put on pants. You don't know because you haven't seen. Okay, I just checked. I did not forget to put on pants. Probably should have checked before leaving the house. Did forget to put on shoes, but that's not really a big deal. Anyway, so fun. Short walk. How far was it? A little over a kilometer. It's like half a mile. Before this, I was doing my daily walks, not as much as I used to, so not quite daily. I haven't done walks in months now. You know, I couldn't leave the house, so getting back into the habit of daily walking is going to be difficult. They're almost finished with that storeroom. Not sure what order any of these videos are going to come out. The storeroom's going to be a little while probably because they're waiting for plywood and they haven't ordered it yet. I don't know when they're going to order it, so that's coming, but we're at kind of a stoppage. So that video will be out much later probably. No worries. Once we have that storeroom finished, I'm inclined to put a bunch of stuff in storage and go hit a 2 or 3 month lease on a hotel in town. I'm ready just to go do a short term. She doesn't want to do a whole 6 months, and I'm not sure if we can find someone doing 2 or 3. Probably costs more doing it that way, but she doesn't want to do a full 6 months. So just like a 2 or 3 month vacation to the city for me. I'm definitely ready for that. It's not bad out here, I guess, if you like basketball, which I don't. Or if you like dried fish, which I don't. So, uh-oh, 3 people on a motorcycle. They haven't read the new rules, but I ain't gonna worry about it. So anyway, that was another fun-filled walk. I'll have to wash this now. Try and wash it. I don't wash it every use, but every couple of uses. So, got a friend here with a car. There's his car. He said he might be going to SNR sometime in the next few days. I was like, I'll go with you anytime you want. He says, yeah, I'm sorry, because we were going to go yesterday and he had something he had to do. So he's telling me he's sorry we didn't go. And I was like, oh, I don't need anything. He says, if you need to use my card, his expired. So he can show his card to get in, but he can't buy with it till he renews it. And he's just not in a hurry to renew it, because I think pretty soon he's getting back on the boat to go back to work. He's a sailor. So he was going to use my card. I could probably loan him the card, but I could go for a ride to town just for something to do. So I told him, I was like, yeah, I don't need anything, but anytime you want to go, let me know, because I will happily go with you. Starting to rain. I'm either going to have to speed up my walk or I'm going to get wet. It's too complicated a decision. Guess I'm going to end up getting wet. So just wandering around, having a good time, trying to get back into the fact that I can leave the house. I'll probably go check on my mail again tomorrow. That sounds exciting. So keep on walking, wear your mask outside, and keep on keeping on.
Enjoy your day in paradise.